in footage action.
Are men supposed to provide financially? Do you pull it out?
Or does it like, do we
or
have,
do you put the, do you
drill it back up? Does it feel like something's coming out of it? Oh, I think you gotta keep going because we're almost there. I just put lotion on. The Cassie and Diddy situation. What happened? I think that's it. Now I think you can go up now.
How do you feel about asking men for money?
We got this just in case. I think I would be an awesome mama. I know for a fact I'd be an awesome mama.
Right.
But God doesn't have that in the plans for me right now. God is saying no. God, I think God want me rich. Oh, yeah. I like when the wines have a lid. Or if I have a fine, eligible bachelor, which I don't have, y'all. How about this? When your friend comes over and you aren't there, do you let her in the house if your boyfriend is there? Becca, get it out. Okay, yeah, this is the old school way.
Oh no, you go like this.
Oh, how do you do? Oh!
Are you okay with posting your partner on social media?
Okay, so we got the wine open. Let's get this video started.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. You can't touch my back, but you could. I look fly, I look too good. Put that on my mama, on my.
Is it recording? It is. Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carol the Great. If you have not, I don't know what you're waiting on, but I do suggest you go ahead and subscribe, and then like once you subscribe, go ahead and just hit like, because you're gonna like this video. So just go ahead and hit the like button, and then go ahead and get your comments ready, get your questions ready, get your comments ready. Let's interact, honey. So today I am back doing a special video, and I have my girl. This is like my sister. Not even my girl, this is my sister. I have Germany with me today.
Hi.
She is back. This is what, a year later?
It's been over a year.
Yeah, over
like
a year.
And a half.
Because when we did the first video, it was before I even had my accident.
Right.
So yeah, girl.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, and we back, but we still, you know, we still like this. But we decided to come back in front of the camera, and we wanted to do girl talk because there's been so much that has gone on in our lives from like the last time we sat down and talked, that we just felt like we need to get this camera out, honey, and discuss some things. All right, so we got us some wine, you know, from my favorite store. There is Le Trader Joe's. We drinking, what is this? Charles Shaw blend. It's a red wine blend. So from your local really Trader Joe's. I pulled out the best for the best, honey.
It's really good.
She's like,
let me see. Just right. It's not too bitter.
It isn't. It isn't too bitter.
It's
right, yeah. Because y'all, I'm not a fan of like bitter wines. Because I had another one that I wanted to bring.
You could have brought that one.
I know, but I'm such a good hostess.
Thank you for doing that for me.
When she said, she was like, she liked bitter, because I was like, it's a sweet red. I like the sweet red blends. And she was like, oh, I like, what'd you say, bitter? And I was like, well, I have a bitter one.
Dry, yeah.
So I brought it out for my girl Germany, because you know, when company come over, you gotta do right by them, honey. You gotta do right by them. So, you ready to dive into this girl
ready.
talk? So we have some questions. Me and Germany have been, this video is long overdue. We have been trying, like our schedules are so crazy. Okay, so we got some, Germany came up with a cute itinerary with some things we're talking to, because we're all over the place.
First, since that's the most pressing.
Okay, so, so it's current, it's like trending right now. So the first thing that we wanted to talk about is that Cassie and Diddy situation. So if you're not aware, her name is Cassandra Ventura. She was an up-and-coming singer. Y'all, I love me some Cassie. Love her dearly. Love her. Like, Cassie is around our age, first of all. So, like, she's like, it's like seeing something like we went through. Because I remember when Cassie came out, when me and you came out, I was graduating high school. That was on my MySpace page. Yeah. Like, I used to have that with the falling letters. Like, me and you.
That was a jam.
I've been waiting. Think I wanna make a move. Nah. And then, the one she came out with after that was my ringtone on my pink razor. Something, wanna hurt me, but you got a long way to go. But you got a long way to go. Yeah, I'm messing the song up. But like, Cassie had them Tupacs, like,
yeah. You know? And I was like, why hasn't she come out with more music? She's with Diddy.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that all along. I'm like, she's talented, she's beautiful. Yeah. Where's the music?
Right. So a little backstory before we tell you about the situation. Cassie was an up-and-coming singer. She signed to Bad Boy when her first single, Me and You, popped off. And from what we're finding out now, which was not public knowledge, I'm guessing then, when she signed to Bad Boy originally, she signed a 10-album contract, which I think is absurd. How in the hell can you expect 10 albums from one person? Like, she never released an album prior to her signing. Once she signed with Bad Boy, I think, did she release an album? I think she only released one. I think Me and You and them was on the album. I have to look it up. I'm gonna look it up, and we can look it up now. So anyway, Cassie was an up-and-coming singer. She was originally gonna be a model. She was very timid, very sweet, very soft-spoken. She had bops. Diddy signed her, and we later found out that they were dating. Like, later on throughout her career, that they were dating. So from what's being, she did release an album back in August 2006. So the album was called Cassie. So she released one album. It's on my Apple Music. So yeah, she did release that one album out of her 10 album contract. But anyway, they end up dating. They end up being in a very long-term relationship. At the time when all of this happened, she was 19. Cassie is now like 36, 37 now. So like I said, she's, we grew up on Cassie. She's like our sister. She's our age, around our age. So, so Cassie signed with Diddy. They ended up dating. They dated for a long time. She broke up with him in 2018, and she started dating a personal trainer that Diddy hired for her. And they got married, and now they're married with 2 kids. She had her baby in 2019 or 2020 or whatever. They got married in 2019. She has 2 babies. She has 2 babies. She had a baby like in 2020, and I think she had another one in 2021. So yeah, Cassie's living her best life now with Alex Fine. She's now Cassie Fine, Cassandra Fine. Her name is so fitting because she's gorgeous. If you do not know who Cassie is, I'm pretty sure you're familiar or you've seen a picture. Beautiful. So last week, I think it was like a week ago today, or Thursday, a week ago tomorrow, she filed a lawsuit in the state of New York. There was no money tied to it. So original reports said that it was a $30 million lawsuit. But when you like dissect that 35-page, because it was 35 pages long, when you dissect that 35-page lawsuit, there was no money value tied to it. That's just what people took and ran with. So the news came out that she filed a $30 million lawsuit against Diddy, claiming, I can't say that word because I am on my way to being monetized and I don't want that to hurt me. Basically, he RAPED her and SA. So she had those 2 claims on it, along with brutally BEAT her. Okay, so she claimed all those things in her lawsuit with Diddy, and it sent the
wasn't it? Can we say traffic?
Okay. Oh, we could say that. I think we could say that.
And like trafficking too.
Yeah. She accused him of that because she said that Diddy would set her up, make her set up these. They call them FOs. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Like, I can't say it. They call them FOs. Really, really grab. Like, if you don't have the stomach to read it, like, it's very disturbing. It can be triggering. Because, like, when I read it, I was like, dang. She went through all of that. Like, it's very sickening. Like, it's really sickening. Like, it's painting that person as a monster. Like, when I read that, I was like, oh my God, is this person a monster? But the crazy thing is, as I'm reading some of those things, some of the things that she's accusing him of, because all of this is allegedly, because he has denied everything. But all of this, like I said, is allegedly. But I have heard allegations on Diddy about some of the stuff that she had that she brought out. So some of that stuff has been whispering in the blogs and the stuff, like former associates of Diddy. I know the girls from Danity Kane spoke out. Like other artists, you know, everything that she is claiming is stuff that we have heard prior. It's just shocking to hear it from her because she's so unproblematic.
Right.
Like Cassie was never in the news. She's not the type to be right. She's not that type of girl. So like to hear her like speak up, because she said she finally, well, there's a number of reasons why she spoke up. The statute of limitations were running out at the end of this month. So the lawsuit had to be filed in November because she left him in 5 years, and she's saying that the last time that they were together, he forced himself on her and raped her. So the statute of limitations were running out, so she had to file this month. And I don't know, it's just crazy. So basically she said when she met him at 19, he groomed her, like from being her boss to her man. And he like took total control over her life. Like she could not do anything. Like he had access to her medical records. She said in her lawsuit that due to all the, she also claimed that he fed her a large amount of drugs that even now that she's away from him, because they've been broken up for 5 years now. Even now that she's left him, that she's still recovering as a drug addict. So it's just, it's odd. I mean, it's not odd. It's just like, it's sad.
It's sad, especially if you go and you read it. And like you said, if you have the stomach to read it, like, it's very detailed. It's very specific too. It's not general. It's very specific.
She gave detail. She left that. Let me tell you, she gave so much information and also left like so much open. Like it. I think, you know, sometimes people play with you and they call your bluff. I think that was her like, oh. I think because there's so much, she said so much, but then there's so much that she left out and left out. And I think the reason being because she was with Diddy for a while. Like she said, she signed with Bad Boy in 2006. She left Diddy in 2015. I mean, no, she left Diddy in 2018, I'm sorry. So she signed with him in 2006 and left, that's 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. That's 12 years of being with someone. And she's saying that the abuse, like, that's 12 years of abuse, 12 years of being SA, 12 years of the FOs. Like it's too much. Like it's too, I don't know how.
And then you have a lot of people who are like, oh, well, why now? Why did she wait so long to come out? And she should have spoke up sooner. If you don't understand the cycle of abuse, it's going to be difficult for you to comprehend why people don't speak up. Right. So there are many, many women and men who go through these situations and they don't say anything.
They don't. They're quiet.
Yeah. They don't say anything.
Yeah.
So.
And there have been a lot of people who have spoken out against Diddy prior, and they're no longer here, or they have been hurt really bad. And I mean, if she was already in his vicinity and getting beaten so bad, I can only imagine what she think, like, if I leave him and open my mouth, what could happen? But I'm proud of her, because let me tell you something. The stuff that she put out was stuff that certain women would take to their grave. And I think that's what Diddy was banking on. I think he was like, this stuff is so salacious and it paints her in such a light. She wouldn't want this to get out. So I think he was banking on her silence. Like, she would never let that get out, that she, you know, endured this. She went through this. So the fact that she said it, like, I commend her on her bravery, because it takes a strong woman. It takes a strong woman to go out and put her business out there like that.
And that could be a part of her healing journey. Like, I was able to stand up against this guy who I was once afraid of.
A billionaire. At that, a billionaire.
And I spoke my truth. And now I do have a voice. So that could be very healing for her.
Yes. And so she filed the lawsuit on Thursday. It hit the news. It was everywhere. So Friday, I'm at work. I don't know if y'all know, I teach kindergarten. And let me tell y'all right now, kindergarten is wearing me out, girl. Kindergarten is tearing me up. I can't catch my breath in kindergarten. And it's crazy because I taught kindergarten prior. But I mean, all in all, it's just a growing pain. I'm in a new environment. So, you know, with that being said, I can get an opportunity. I don't have an opportunity to check my phone and scroll like I once did. So by the time I stayed late because I had to set up some things. But by the time I left my classroom Friday, it was like 6 o'clock. It was about 5, 6 o'clock. And I got in my car, and by the time I made it home, it was maybe 6:37. And the first thing I opened, it was like, no.
Settles.
Was it that? Yeah, it was like lawsuit settled or whatever.
Like that, yeah.
And I'm like, when did this happen? I'm like, it just was filed yesterday. When did this happen? So what ended up happening was she filed the lawsuit on Thursday. It went, when she filed it, like I think the moment the clerk or whatever filed, and it hit that news, because it came out through a reputable news source. It came out through the New York Times. New York Times is very valid. Like, it didn't come out through a blog or anything. It came out through the New York Times. Like, once that hit the airwaves, like, it went crazy. So he settled within 24 hours, and it was an undisclosed amount. A lot of people are saying 30 million. Y'all, Cassie did not get 30 million. I'm telling you guys now, like, I know.
How much you think she got?
She got way more than that. There's a lot of factors that you have to, I should have been an attorney. But like, no, like.
If you're an attorney, comment.
No, if you're an attorney, we need to be friends.
Yeah,
like,
and let us know how much you think she got.
Like, and I say all that to say because one, the initial lawsuit, when you read it, it never had a dollar amount. The only reason why people took that 30 million and ran with it is because when the lawsuit was initially filed, Diddy's attorney released a statement stating that this was nothing but a money grab from Miss Ventura, which is Cassie's last name. So, well, her maiden name. She was like, his attorney was like, this is nothing but a money grab. She has been, for the past 6 months, she has been trying to blackmail us for $30 million, or she was gonna go ahead and release a book, but instead she's filed this lawsuit. There was never a money amount listed on Cassie's lawsuit. Diddy's lawyer came out with 30 million and all the blogs and everybody ran with it. But there was never a dollar amount attached to it. Now, I'm sure 30 million probably was mentioned. And I think Diddy was like, no, because, and at the same time, so when Diddy's attorney released that statement, Cassie's attorney came back, this was all Thursday when the lawsuit was like filed. Cassie's attorney came back and said, Diddy offered her 8 figures. So 8 figures, if y'all do the math, 8 figures starts at 10 million. That's when you get that first zero. That's 10 million. So they said Diddy offered her 10 million for her side. I mean, 8 figures. They didn't say 10 million, they said 8 figures. So they said Diddy offered her 8 figures for her silence, but Cassie said no. She said no. So if he offered her 8 figures and it went, I think, because you got to look at it, it's a lot that she put in that lawsuit. And you have to look at the time frame and her age. Like Cassie was 19 when all of this started, and she went on it for more than a decade. I think each year is at least 10. I think each year should be at least 10. There's no money. Let me say this. There's no dollar. I'm gonna let you know. But there's no dollar amount that would be satisfactory for me from the years of abuse, because that's a lot of trauma you have to unpack. Like, this woman is now a mother, a wife. Ain't no telling, like, she could be sleeping and get triggered. Like, when you go through something, like, I got hit by a car. I get triggered when I see a car moving. When I'm crossing the street, I get triggered. Like, there's a lot of things that can trigger you. So there's no dollar amount, I think, that would be sufficient enough to do it. But if you gonna pay me,
pay me well.
I think, I don't know, like, if we can look into it to see like other cases, but there's something I didn't mention. When she sued Diddy, she didn't just sue Diddy, like the person. She sued everyone.
Right? Like, the record company?
She sued Diddy, the person, Bad Boy, the record company, Bad Boy, she sued something else with it. Like, she sued all the entities that are tied with Diddy.
Even is he Ciroc?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but you know, he's going through a lawsuit with that right now.
Okay.
With the liquor company, Ciroc and De Leon and all that. So he's tied up in another legal battle. Like, she sued, like, it was, Sony Records is the main honcho, and Bad Boy is like filtered out of Sony. So she sued Sony, she sued Bad Boy, she sued Diddy. It was like 4 things. So she sued anything affiliated with Diddy to make sure she got her coins, you know. It was a civil suit, it wasn't criminal, it was civil. I think the statute of limitations ran out for it to be a criminal, but yeah.
My question, do you think more people are gonna come forward?
I think to an extent, but I also think Diddy has a lot of weight around here. I think a lot of people are still going to be very, very, very scared. Like,
but you think about it. She was with him all those years, and she said people witnessed this abuse.
And I think that's why Diddy settled.
People were okay with the abuse. So
yes.
I wonder if any of those people will come forward, if they have any like guilt, shame.
I definitely agree. But you have to understand, Diddy was not only her man, he was her boss too. Diddy was the paper. Them people had mouths to feed. Those people had families to rely on. So yes, they're seeing this intimidating man doing wrong by this girl, but at the end of the day, my rent gotta get paid.
I get that, but as a human being,
my dog need braces in her mouth. I got my little girl in this private school.
If I came and I saw you with a busted face and a black eye, and you're bleeding and you're in pain and you're hurting, like something is gonna tug at my heart to say, you know what? God gonna take care of the bills and the rent. I'm gonna make sure you good.
And I know this for a fact because I know you. That is you. But not everybody's not like that.
That's sad.
Not everybody's not like that. But no, I know that definitely.
Like I couldn't look at someone being abused and be like, girl, you better put that makeup on and let's go. No.
Yeah, like morally it would, no, I agree. Morally it would tug at me. I don't know. I think also they also know that when people have spoken up, like Diddy got money. Diddy could pay off this detective. He could pay off this coroner. Money talks, because even in a lawsuit, she stated that there was an instant where he got mad at her during a FO and she ran out and he was just picking up glass from the hall. They were at a 5, because these FOs would take place in a 5-star hotel.
And they wouldn't give him he paid to get the
footage. Yeah, they said there was footage from the hotel that had Diddy, like alleged, all of this is allegedly, you know, throwing the, he was throwing glass at her, and she said it missed her head, and she said he paid them $50,000. That's what she claimed in the lawsuit. She paid them $50,000. He paid the hotel $50,000 to get that footage. So yeah, I mean, money talks, honey, and especially with the way the economy is right now. Yeah.
I'm just glad that she spoke up. Yeah. I'm glad that she's alive.
I'm glad she got her pet Merry Christmas. I hope your 2 babies enjoy that. You and your husband and your babies go enjoy that money. Do right with that money. Invest in that money. Keep that money for a long term. But Merry Christmas.
Yep. Yes. And hopefully this encourages other women and men to speak up.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. So we touched base on that Cassie situation. Cassie got to pay their Merry Christmas. You know, I know it's awful. It's awful. It's awful. It's awful, y'all. It is. But girl, I know you didn't walk away with no chump change, Cassie.
Alrighty then.
Okay, so what's the next topic, girl? Let me get a little set. We talked on that, Cassie. Clank, clank. Oh, we should be like clank, clank, next.
Alright, so the next topic we're going to talk about. So we saw a video on Shade Room, and the question was, are you okay with posting your partner on social media? Why or why not?
You want to, I've talked about.
Okay. So I would say it really depends on your relationship and how confident and secure your relationship is. If you feel like you're dating some Dusty who's cheating on you and sleeping around and not being faithful and has multiple women, I don't know if you should be posting them on social media. I don't know if I would want to do that. I feel like I would just be setting myself up to be a target. You
opening up the floodgates to get the messages or get a DM like, how you know such and such?
Like, hey,
that's my cousin.
Like, oh, I saw him at the club last night with such and such.
Oh no, that's your man?
Yeah.
Girl.
So I think it really just depends on how secure your relationship is. Now, if you do have a secure relationship, you may still not want to post your man online. So I've seen like some high value women talking about this, and they're like, well, if you post your man online and he's a good guy, then he's gonna be a target and women are gonna want him.
I believe that. And the reason why I believe that statement, because the ratio of good men, there's a lot of good women out in this world. Like us women, we killing it, honey. We making money. We're educated. We're killing it. So, and I'm saying women as whole, not just black women, Latino women, white women. I think us as women, we're killing it. So when it comes down to the ratio of good women and good men, it's what is it, like 20 women to every one man?
Feels like it.
These men have options, honey. Even the brokies, they have options. So, I think if you do have that one good man and you post him, some women don't have morals and they like, I'd rather have a piece of man than have no man. Who said it? Betty? What it was? Is it Betty White? Was it Betty White?
I don't know.
So, you know, some women would rather have a piece of man than have a whole man. Not me, but some women would rather have a piece of man than a
And I think some women get confident in being able to take your guy.
They love that. It's like a it's like an ego who's like,
I was able to take your man.
Girl, let me show you what he sent me yesterday. You know how them girls get. Right. I don't play that, but you know how them girls get. So so
I really think it's a personal preference. But I do see why some people don't post their significant other online, because it's like, you don't need to know too much about my life.
Right, that's where I'm at now. Yeah. I've always been like that though. My personal opinion, I'm not posting no man I deal with. No, it won't happen. And I got suckered.
And then you gotta go down your timeline, delete all the photos.
Because when I was in my last relationship, I was engaged, that was my fiance, but I did not post him. And I remember he threw the biggest fit. And but it was right before he proposed to me, so we were dating. And I remember he was like, why don't you post me on your social media? Why you don't have me on there? And people will think that you're single. And I was like, I'm single, but you know, like, but so and I think just to soothe his ego at that moment, I began posting him. And when we broke up, I hated it. Like, I hated it because I had to go back and delete everything. And then when you delete and you don't post them as often, you open the floodgate. People started, and I don't think people did it with like malice intent. I think people just were like curious. Like, they were like, hey, where are you at? Where's your man? Where's your boo? And it's like, I don't want to run the story down while we're not together. No, just know that if you don't see him with me, then we not together. Don't ask me about nobody you don't see me with. That's the question. But yeah, no, I agree. I'm never doing that again. Well, I know they say never, but as far as I can help it, I'm not posting no man I'm with. Like,
and that's the first thing people look at, your social media, to see your relationship status. Like, oh, she used to post him all the time, but now she's not posting him. And then as I look through her page,
all the pictures are gone.
They're not even following each other anymore.
Right. So so it's catch-22, but I'm not posting my man. So I don't have a man, y'all. I'm very much single, but no. But I'm not posting no man. I'm sorry, no.
So people just gonna have to keep guessing.
They just gonna have to guess. And if I were to, I don't know if I'm gonna have kids in this lifetime, because I'm getting older, but because I'm grown. But if I were to have kids, like, you just gonna have to see me and my baby. You're not seeing me and that man. And that's on what? Period. Okay, so you think we done with that? So the next, let's do something. It says, how about this? When your friend comes over and you aren't there, do you let her in the house if your boyfriend is there? It's a hell no for me. My friend shouldn't even want to go in the house if I'm not there. Sit outside. Come meet me where I'm at, and we can ride together. But no, you're not going in there. And it's not that I wouldn't say I don't trust my man or trust my friend, because I very well trust you. But what you in my house for? without me and my man. Like, what you in my house
Well,
for?
let me add to that. Your friend is coming over, but she arrives first, and she needs to use the restroom. Your man is in the house, and she's like, hey, I need to use the restroom. Can I go in?
No.
Do you say, okay, yeah, go in. My man in there. Or no, go to the McDonald's and
there's a McDonald's, there's a Wendy's, there's a Target, there's a Walmart, there's a H-E-B, there's a Kroger, there's an Aldi. Like, I think, honestly, if I could sit back and I can assess the caliber of women I associate myself with, I don't even think any of my friends would ask that. I think they would know just off the strength of, like, no, because like, I don't want, like, girl, they'll probably call me, girl, I made it to your house, but girl, I gotta use the bathroom.
Like,
I'm going to Target real quick because I need to go to Target anyway. Like, I could see my friends doing that.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I wouldn't even.
That's what I said.
Cross that boundary. I wouldn't even ask that question.
You know what it is? Keyword. That's a boundary.
Like,
no, there should be no reason for you to be in the house with my man and I'm not there.
I'd be like, hey, how far are you? If you say like 20 minutes, okay,
oh girl, I'll be right to Target.
Yeah,
girl, I'm gonna holler at you. Girl, I'll do a run to Target real quick because I really need to use the bathroom.
And that would be awkward for me, even if I know your man and I've been knowing him for years. Me going in the house and just hanging out without you there, that would be awkward for me.
Yeah.
Like
And
it's not a trust thing. It's
no,
not
that's
that,
like I don't trust you, I don't trust him, but it's just like, let's not even open that floodgate.
There we go.
Let's not even have that come up. I agree. I agree. We're here. That's why I said I don't ever see this like were to arise with me or my friends, because I know like the caliber of woman I have, they wouldn't even do that.
Right.
They be like, Carol, where you at, girl? Oh, girl, I ain't got time to wait for you. I'm gonna run to the store.
Yep.
Call me when you nearby. I'm gonna go sit at Starbucks. Go get me a drink. You want something to drink?
There you go.
Yeah, that's how my friends would be. So yeah.
So we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because I would never. Like, no. I don't even want that thought to even in your mind. Okay, so we did that. Which one will you want to do next, Germany?
We can do the financially, men. Are men supposed to provide financially?
That's a good question. I want to hear your take on it because I feel like I'm all over the place with that.
Okay, so
the question is, I'm going to repeat the question. Are men supposed to provide financially?
So I would say typically we kind of follow in our parents' footsteps. So what we saw being done in our own home, that's typically how we function.
That's true.
So in my household growing up, my dad was the breadwinner. Yes, my mom worked, but my dad made majority of the money. My mom also contributed to that. So from that sense, honestly, I feel like you do what works best for you.
That's what I was, you know what,
you do what works best for you. Because like I'm all
over, y'all. It's a little warm in here.
Now, I have been following some women who are high value and who sternly believe that the man should be the provider, right? Meaning, we go out to eat, the man is paying bills, the man is the provider. I don't disagree with that either. Because if that works well for them, who's to say it's wrong? But I don't know if I think the man should pay for everything. Me personally, I don't mind being like, hey babe, let's go out to eat and I pay. I don't mind. Like that, like I don't know, it does something for me. Yeah,
like, well, I was able to take my man out.
Like I'm a giving person. I don't mind being like, okay, you know what? He's paid every single time we go out. Hey, let's go out to eat. On me, I'm gonna treat you.
Right.
Why can't we treat men the way they treat us sometimes?
Yeah, I agree. Cause I think I get like, I ain't gonna lie, that's something that like, that's like a turn on for me to be able to spoil a man.
Right.
Cause like I know when I like someone or if I like you like hard, oh baby, I'm gonna spoil. Right. But it has to be vice versa. Like I need to know. Right. I need to know before that happens. I need to know that you got my back. And when I say got my back, not even financially. Like you got my back. Right. Like I had a long day at work. I need someone to talk to. Rub my feet. So a man that can cook, honey,
massage my back.
Yes. Like I need to know. Like I need to feel like a woman. Right. Like I think that's what it is. I need to feel like a woman. Like look, I'm big dog. I'm already big dog. Let me feel like Lil' Carol. Let me be like Lil' Carol. Let me be in my soft, in my softness. And then,
So I do, like, I feel like you have to do what's best for you.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with those women who feel like the man has to pour into them. What are you doing for him?
Right. And
it doesn't have to be financially, but like you just sitting on your
mentally,
butt. That's
what I'm saying. Mentally, like
you not stimulating him mentally.
Right.
Like if all you can provide is fleshly things, sex, what good are you?
Right.
Like I don't agree with that. Like, you pour all into me and then I just sit here and I look pretty and then you come home and I look pretty and then I don't like that.
I agree. But you know what's so crazy? Some men like that. So that's all some men want. Like,
and if that works for them,
that works for them.
Works for them. But that's just my personal.
But I agree with you. I think because I'm so put together already, like I'm not a little girl. Like I'm a grown woman. Yeah,
And we make our own money. We pay our own bills.
Like I have my stuff going on, so I think if I get a man, like to be honest with you, what I'm looking for right now, I know it's hard to obtain in 2023. Like the dating pool is so pissy right now. It's so pissy. Like I'm enjoying just being single and keeping to myself. But what I'm looking for in 2023, I know it's hard to obtain. Like I'm looking for 90s, 70s. Like I'm looking for love. Like, and I know it's really hard for me to get nowadays. So if I were to meet someone, I don't think I'm looking, and especially, let me tell you something, I am very realistic. I am so empathetic, like I'm able to put myself in someone else's shoe to see their situation. So you could never say like Carolyn doesn't understand where I'm coming from, because I do. I know the economy we are in now. I know that women do make more than men. I'm not looking for no man to come in and pay all my bills, That's being realistic. Now, if I find one,
that's a different story. Spoil me.
If I find one. But if I find someone that's genuine, like I really, really like you. I think you compliment me well. I feel as if I can learn something from you. I would be willing to turn my eye, because I know at the end of the day, I'm good. And because I know that you got me, I'm never going to let you fall. I'm going to make sure we good together. So, it's... Yeah.
And I think when we focus on the financial aspect of it only, we don't look at the other aspects of that person. Like, he can be paying all your bills, you got a luxury car, luxury house, but he beating on you.
Oh, Cassie. It goes back to
he beating on you.
Right. Like, and let me tell you, yes. Like, we look at certain women, be like, oh, she got a fine husband. They got this big old house. She got that big ring. But you don't know what that girl is going through behind closed doors with that weirdo. So... no, I agree. So
we have to look at the whole person, mentally, financially, spiritually, emotionally,
physically. No, I agree.
There are other areas that we have to look at.
Before I can say I want a man to provide for me, like, financially. So yeah. So
moral of the story, do what
works best for you,
and do what makes you happy.
And
don't settle. We're not saying settle.
Like no, because I know like we all get lonely, and sometimes you think like, oh, this just look like a good time right now, but like no. No, I think hold out. You may be holding out for a long time, but I don't know, just hold out. Don't settle. Keyword, don't settle. But yeah. So that's why I say I'm all over the place. I also, with that being said, when I say don't settle, I also am not for women just paying for everything.
Oh,
like if you going to work every day, you feeding them kids, you doing that, and he laying at home and he's not doing that, that's a problem for me. That is a problem.
Yeah, and I think I'm not gonna say I can't speak for all women, but I think we have in our younger days, some still doing it, have settled for less than what they're worth.
I think like a lot of people, when you look back at past situations, you be like, why did I do that?
Why did I do that?
Like I look back at certain situations and I may not have even been in a relationship with this person. It's somebody I could just been dealing with. I look back, I'm like, what the hell was that? What was you thinking?
Why did I do that?
Like, I'm like, girl, like what with you? Like, I literally will tell myself that I'm like, and I thought, like, you know, you be like, I really like that person. I thought they were cool. And no, don't let nobody ever play in your face, honey. Because I think that's what happens. People like to play in people's faces.
Yep. And then it's really about what you accept. It's about self-reflecting and saying, why did I allow this person to treat me that way?
Where was your self-esteem at the
Where
moment?
was my self-esteem?
Because I can sit back and look at some cringy moments I may have had with like men, and I'll be like, my self-esteem had to have been so low. Something must have been going on in my life that I just thought this was the best thing ever. Like I can self-reflect and tell myself that. Like I can look back at a lot. Like I'm gonna be honest, my last relationship, I had no business being in that relationship. No business being in that relationship.
Oh yeah, I can relate. I look back and I'm like, you let that take place? Okay, interesting.
You just be
just dumb.
Right.
I was dumb. I'm gonna admit it.
Yeah.
I was dumb.
All right, so
But you live and you learn.
Yeah, you live and you learn, and I tell you this, I can't make that mistake no more. Like I'm grown, honey. I'm grown.
Yep. And when you truly learn to love you,
and
nobody can treat you
right.
like that.
And when you have overcome so many hard things by yourself, and like you know yourself, I can't see me reverting back. Like I just can't see someone playing in my face. I can't see someone talking to me crazy. I can't see someone manipulating me. Like I'm gonna be like, what? I've been through worse. Like you think I'm about to sit here and take this from you? Oh, let's think that again. All right, so I think we touched on that. Ready for the next one?
Yep.
Okay, so the next one is, I think I like this one. This is the next one that we could just do free, like off our head. So this is the last one that Journey came up with. So it says, navigating life and proper steps to take when planning a family. And that is something I do want to talk about because I do want a family eventually. Like I do. I think I would be an awesome mama. I know for a fact I'd be an awesome mama.
Right.
But God doesn't have that in the plans for me right now. God's saying no. God, I think God want me rich. I think God's trying to get me to blow up on this YouTube thing. You know, I think that's what God wants. Yep. So y'all go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe.
So I think that not enough people sit down and plan for their family.
No, I think life happens.
And people are now working on the back end. Meaning, oh, I didn't think about that. So as opposed to being proactive, people are now being reactive. Yeah. And it starts with finding a mate or a partner
that you want to procreate with.
That you want to procreate with.
Right.
Like, do I even know you?
Do I like you?
Do I feel safe with you?
Because a lot of people are like, I was in love. No, baby. I got to like you. Love? Okay, I need to be able to like you. Because see, that like will get you so far. Like I need, and then you need to see a lot of things, a lot of families are being created quick. The moment of passions, honey, is getting y'all, tearing y'all up.
Yep.
The moment that lust is eating y'all alive. So, a lot of families are being created quickly, and I say that to say, like, a lot of people don't get to know their partner. So you haven't seen your partner in its broke phase. You haven't seen your partner in their wealthy phase. You haven't seen your partner in their happy, they're sad, they're emotional, they're sad. You haven't seen them in different aspects of life. Like I had to learn that when my last relationship, my daddy sat me down, he was like, let's be honest, let's unpack. He was like, you hadn't seen that boy, this, but yeah, you wanted to walk down the aisle. Like, you know, like it happens, you know?
And I think the number one question that people need to ask before they get into a relationship is there anything in your past that you dealt with that could hinder our relationship? Whether that's trauma that you've never dealt with.
That's true. Because a lot of people were raised, it depends on how they were brought up too. It's all about how these individuals are raised, because you could be, like, I wasn't raised on survival. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I had some things in my childhood like that. You know, there was some certain aspects of my childhood that wasn't, But I can say that my parents did the best that they could do, but they never raised me on survival. I was raised on love, and I was raised well. A lot of people are not. A lot of people were raised on survival. So when you meet someone that was raised on survival, you were raised on love, honey, your way of dealing with things and talking to people and maneuvering through life is completely different than how this person was taught. Like, it's not their fault. This is all they know. They only know survival, fight or flight. And you know, oh, I know to love. I know to take a deep breath. I know how to come at it like this. I know how to be, what's the word? I know how to give grace. I say that all the time. I know how to extend grace. That person may only know, I know how to beat your ass. You know, like
and those are things you need to talk about early on. Like, hey, when you get upset, what happens? Do you throw things? Do you fight?
Do you cuss people
out? Do you curse people
out?
Do
you put your hands on people?
When you drink, how do you behave?
Well, let me give you a couple of shots right now so I can find out. Let me speed this up.
These are questions that people don't ask. Initially it's about lust and, like you said, I like you in this moment, but I don't even know you.
I don't know you,
some people, they don't, like, how many children do you want? How do you want to raise our children?
Right.
Are we going to take our kids to church? You're Catholic. I'm Baptist. Whose church are they going to go to?
You're right. She's right. She's absolutely right.
Going over to grandparents' house. How often should we allow them to go to our grandparents? Well, you know, your dad is on drugs. Well, that's my dad. They still need to have a relationship. That's conflict.
Yeah, I don't want my child.
Like, do I want to send my kid
you know?
Or an alcoholic.
Or not only that, but like, how hands-on are you trying to be as a parent? Like, when I have kids, you know, if law willing, if I bring, you know, life into this world, my goal is to fully be a 100% hand-on parent. Like, I don't know if I'll still be in education at that moment because I want to give to my child, but I plan on being that 100%. Like, I don't expect to say, oh, my mama gonna watch my child. Is like, if I'm going out of town or to a concert, but 100% of that child raising is gonna be on me and my partner.
And in this day and age,
people like to just throw their children on to the teacher, to the parents, to the grandparents, to the auntie. Like, no,
dropping their kids off at anybody's house.
You can't
do
that.
And they're perpetrators, and you can't do that.
Yeah. So that is a conversation, because you know some people are like, yeah, we gonna have this child, but that don't get me. Parents need breaks. These kids are bad. If we're being honest, they bad. But at the same time, you know, let me say, they're not bad. These kids are busy, honey.
They require a lot of attention.
Yeah, children require a lot. And if you want to raise good children, you have to be hands-on.
Right.
You can't expect someone else to do that for you.
Yep. Another thing, like when we're talking about financially, what happens if one of us loses a job?
How are you with money? That's a great question. How are you financially? My thing is this. I don't need you to pay my rent. But I need to know that you know how to.
How do you manage?
I need to know that you know you're able to balance a dollar.
Is your account in overdraft every week?
Because
what do you mean you just got paid but you're in overdraft? Well, something hit the bank and I didn't know it was gonna come out. How do you not know what's coming out of your account?
Do you have a bank account? Because a lot of these men, they banking on Cash App and Chime.
Yeah.
You can't get a bank account with a financial institution?
Money management.
That's a problem.
Yeah, money management is essential to a thriving relationship.
Yeah.
If you can't manage your money, y'all gonna have a lot of conflict.
Yeah. And I agree.
What's your credit score?
Are you working on paying some stuff back? I mean, I understand, you know, something happened when you were 20, but if I'm dating you, you're gonna be at least in your 30s now. Yeah, that was 10 years ago. Are you?
Right. Are we homeschooling our kids? Are they going to public school? Or
we're gonna make an investment and put them in private school. Right.
You went to private school.
I went to private school all my life, y'all. I am a private school product.
And that took some money management on your parents.
It did.
Part. Like they had to sit down and say, okay, we need to.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to talk bad on my daddy. I love you. A lot of that was on my mama. A lot of that was on my mama. Shout out to my mama.
Hey, mama.
There you watch it, but yeah, a lot of that was on my mama. I mean, my daddy, you know, he was there, he was around, you know, he did everything. And to this day, like, I am a daddy's girl. Like, my daddy cuts for me, okay? My daddy does not play about me. But I think because women typically, it's just how the cookie crumbles. Women take on the majority of child raising. Like, if it was up to my dad, I would have been in Orleans Parish School because I grew up in New Orleans. But my mom was like, hell no. Hell no, I'm not letting a little girl go through that. So,
yeah. So there are a lot of steps that I feel like people miss when starting a family.
Yeah.
And then also, I asked this question the other day. Why do most people have kids? What's the reason for, like, what is the reason for having a child?
Oops. Let me stop playing.
Like, I mean, that's a valid question. Like, what? And that's a valid oops. Like, oh, right. And it's like, you know that you're not mentally stable. And this is what frustrates me. You're not mentally stable. You're not financially stable. But you're bringing another person into this world. And that person now has to suffer because you didn't prepare yourself.
I feel like if you are, I'm not gonna say reckless, but if you are having a good time,
reckless is a good word.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you know you having a good time, I think you should
take precautions.
Every safety precaution there is to if you know that's not you're in.
We see it in the school system.
Oh, girl, don't get me started.
We see the baby.
Y'all don't get me started.
And we're like,
I'm like, how you?
So you got 5 kids.
Like,
no, and no, it's frustrating.
Education, like, so I'm still currently for now.
I'm a therapist.
She's out. I met her. So look back story.
Ex-teacher.
Yeah, I met her because at the time I wasn't even certified.
Right.
I was her para. So that's how this friendship came along. I learned a lot through you, and you left education. But like I said, y'all.
But we've seen a lot.
And it's so exhausting.
It's exhausting because we're like, parents, come on, step up to the plate. Like, prepare yourself.
Yes, and I think
prepare yourself.
What makes matters worse, I'm starting to see when the parents be like, I just don't know what to do. And I'm not talking mess because that could be very well how a parent, you don't know what to do, but like, I just feel like once you bring life into this world, once you're responsible for another human, I feel like you do whatever it is that deemed necessary to take care of this, like to handle this. So like,
because the child didn't ask to be
here. This is your responsibility.
Right.
This is not mine. This is yours. So like when I get that, I don't know what to do. I'm just like, neither do I. I don't have kids. Like,
you're asking me.
I'm childless. Like, you know.
But yeah, I agree. We do get a lot of parents who are like, what do I do? And I'm like, you know, like I said, they're working on the back end. And I get it. Some people fall on hard times.
That's true.
So there are some exceptions.
Yeah, there are exceptions. And I was just do it. Okay. Sorry, y'all. The camera died. So before it died, we were talking about exceptions with the I don't know what to do. And I will say, like, some of these behaviors that I have been witnessing, like with children, are behaviors that some behaviors I haven't seen. You know, so I can only imagine as a parent, but I think that's when when you are fully ready to take full accountability, when you know you have exhausted everything possible. When I mean exhausted all your options, therapy, child, you know, there's, because one of my friends has her son doing it. Like, he's child behavior, like through play therapy, where he's playing and he's talking and it's working. She's seeing wonders in him. So I think when you have exhausted all the necessary options, like don't use I don't know what to do as a scapegoat, and you know you have done nothing. But when you have exhausted all your options and you said I don't know, then I could be like, you know what, I can understand it, because hell, I haven't seen this either. Like, you know, some of this is new, but I don't like when people just be like, well, I don't know what to do. Talk to your child, play with your child.
Yeah, have a conversation. There are not enough conversations happening in the home. Everyone is going to their own room.
You're throwing out, take this iPad and go sit down.
Yep. And these kids are learning from their peers at school and through social media and television.
That's social media.
And that's not everybody, but most of the kids, this is what's happening, especially in like minority school districts and low SES. You're gonna see that a lot.
Yep.
Conversations aren't taking place, and then there's a lot of generational trauma.
I agree.
Lots of generational trauma. So yeah, I think it's very important to plan for a family as best as you can. And we do understand that there are some
situations like, you know, life happens, y'all. Like, I'm talking.
But once you know, like you said, once you know, okay, now I'm responsible for another human being.
Yeah.
It's
you start making
to take care.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I have seen some of the most reckless, like, I ain't trying to throw my friends out here, but I have seen some of my friends, they were just reckless. And the moment they became a parent, I'm like, I didn't know you had that in you. You did that? Yeah. I have seen some of the most reckless women. The moment they have created life, turn into
to the plate. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I wasn't expecting this, but I gotta, you know, pull my socks up, put my pants on, and I gotta do what I gotta do. But I'm not raising no punks. So like, I have seen it. I've seen it. So, but yeah. What else you want to talk about, girl? I think that was the last topic, huh?
That was the last topic. Let's see what else.
Because we did.
How do you feel about asking men for money? I know this goes back to that, but like,
you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't know how to ask.
I wouldn't either.
Now let me tell you something. I'm not opposed to asking, but I wouldn't know how to ask. I think that's where it is.
Yeah, like I feel like I've been that way all my life, where I won't ask. I could be at my lowest point. I could have 1 cent in the bank and will not ask anyone.
I think, yeah, I'm like that too. I'm bad at asking for help. Like, I have to be real comfortable with you. Like, and I still won't ask you. I would just tell you what's going on. And then I have been fortunate enough to have good people, like good family and good people that just rally behind me, like, oh, you don't have to suffer. We're gonna come in and help you with this. So I have had people just rally behind me, but I am not good with asking. So like, if I'm dating someone, now it depends. If I know he ain't got no money, I'm not even about to bother that boy, because I'm not gonna stress you out. You ain't got it. Like, but if I know you got it, I'm gonna get real creative.
And that says a lot too. If we dating somebody and he can't help us when we at our lowest point, then we gotta be like,
yeah, I gotta really like, you know. And let me tell you something. It's levels to it. It's levels to it, because I'm not dating no brokey. And when I say brokey, like, I mean broke, like you broke mentally, you broke physically, you broke financially. Like, there's no way. Because what do I gain from that?
Right. How is this benefiting?
Yeah, like, what do I gain from that? But now, like, if I know he's extremely knowledgeable, he has a good head on his shoulder, he's stable, I could learn something, because he's smart. Like, every time I'm around you, I'm learning something new that can better myself. If I know that your situation is not ideal, I'm not gonna add to it. Like, I'm like, he's already feeling bad. Like, why would I tear him down? Like, no, I wouldn't do that. But he's not a broke man in that space. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's rich mentally. He's rich physically. Like, he's rich. Like, I have a good time with him. You know. Now, if I ever get my hands on a ball, Y'all better pray for me, because I'm going to tell you right now. I think that's why God ain't never did that. I ain't going to know how to act. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be like, I want to get my hair done. How much your hair is? 1,000?
Yep. I be getting my hair done like every week. New
Oh,
hairstyle.
girl, Jay, it's itching. Take it down.
I want to get this new stuff. Can you dye it?
Yes, you know what? I
want
want blonde this time. Switch me back to red. Like, girl, please. I would be in a nail shop every week. Every 2 weeks, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I would be in a nail shop every 2 weeks.
facials.
Oh, that's what I want to do next. Yeah, I would be getting facial. Girl, what? People think that when people see me now, they be like, you must have a man. And I'm like, girl, this self-upkeep, this maintenance. I'm actually in the process of recording a maintenance vlog now before we started. But yeah, no. But yeah, if I had a man, girl, trust me, if I had a rich man, you would know. I guarantee you would know. Lord, hear my prayer. Send me a little rich, a little loyal, you know, you can't get too, but Lord.
Rich, loyal, mentally
stable, just a happy man. I don't want no moody man. I don't want no sassy man. I don't like men that like fussing with women. When I see
moodiness,
that sassiness, I have come across so many men that just get off by fussing with women. What do you get with what?
I don't understand it.
What do you get with, like, you're fussing with a woman? Like, I have seen, like, it was one dude I was talking to, no lie. He was cool as a fan. We met up. He had been constantly, like, reaching out to me, like, we need to hang, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. I feel like this was my, that level of discernment. Something never felt right. I always knew something was off. I used to just blow him off. I was always nice, but I'm like, I'm busy. My self-esteem must have been low. I was like, okay, we can meet up. Girl, when I tell you, from the moment we met up, it was like a night switch. Like the dude that I had been conversing with, and mind you, we hadn't been talking for just a couple of days. I've known him for like a year. We have been on the phone. We have had phone conversations. Yeah. So it's just I think it's because y'all call me crazy. I don't want no man with children. Like, I don't have kids. I know I'm older, but I don't want no man with kids. Like, that's just me. So, I knew he kept saying, like, I have my son, and I was like, I don't want to take away from that. So I think that's what the hesitance came from. And I don't know. I just always had a level of discernment.
Was he moody?
Girl, when I met him, when we hung out that one time, I had to wrap that up. I wrapped that up so fast. Like, I think we were together for a total of maybe an hour and a half. From the moment I got there, it was like, everything was like a nitpick. Like, he was nitpicky. And then he was like, I don't know. This is what I don't like. I don't like, this is a topic I want to talk about when we're done. I don't like people looking me up on social media. I feel like if I just meet you off the rip, get to know me.
Right.
Get to know me.
So was he looking through your social media?
I think, I don't know how, but I took my number off everything. But I think he found me on social media because he kept bringing up things that I have never discussed with him. And he was just like when I tell you, y'all, I have never met an asshole like that. Like, I can stress that. He was like an asshole. And I was just like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I started texting my friend. I was like, yeah, I'm about to meet up with you. I was already downtown. I was like, yeah, let's go. And yeah, I just told him. I was like, we literally got into an argument. Like, not even like a bad argument. It was just like we didn't see eye to eye. And I was just like, this is dumb. So I was like, I'm leaving. And you wanna know what the craziest part is? Months later, he comes back around and he's like, hey, I'm sorry, like, we should hang out.
Nope.
After how you did me that first time, talking to me crazy, he was just mean. Like, I just never met, like, he was just, like, literally like an asshole. Like, I think he got off on it. Like, I'm gonna treat you any kind of way. Oh, because it was a comment. Something was said, and I was like, oh, I don't have to do that. I forgot what the comment was. I think it was something about TikTok or OnlyFans. Like, it was just a joke. And I was like, oh, I don't have to do that. And I just said it like, I don't have to do that. Like I don't have to do that. Like, it ain't, I don't think I'm better or nothing. And he was like, oh, you just think you better than anybody because you don't have to. Every little thing I said, and I hate that. That is why I don't talk a lot no more. See, I used to run my mouth. You know when you met me how I was a social butterfly. I don't do that because every little thing I said, that's what it was.
He's insecure.
It had to
He
be.
sounds like an insecure man.
It had to be.
He was intimidated by you.
Every little thing I said, like I could have said, oh, cause yeah, it's really cold. And oh, you think like every little thing. That's what it was. I couldn't like I'm trying to come back. You know, I've been on a few dates, child. But I'm trying to come back. Like, what was it? But every little thing, I literally said he made a comment about a friend making money off OnlyFans. And I was like, oh, I don't have to do that. That's all I said. Meaning, like, I wouldn't do that. And he was like, oh, you don't. And that was the start I broke the camera. I was like, I need to get the hell up out of here, honey.
Sounds like he's easily, he don't have a lot of impulse control. He's just very,
he was very, like, it was very nasty. Like, for a man, like, you don't know me to be like that, you know? Oh, well.
Yeah.
But
that happened to me once.
It did?
Yeah. This was years ago.
This was very recent.
And I hadn't even met the guy. And we're on the phone, and I think he asked, like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, well, I'm looking for someone that I can grow with, someone that can help me grow. I can help them grow.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron type of thing.
That's what I'm looking for. Iron sharpens iron.
He went completely off. Belligerent.
What?
Screaming on the phone. What do you mean? Blah, blah, blah. You just want somebody to help you and somebody to give you stuff and blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't have to help you. And I was like this. I'm driving and I'm like I'm like, I said, click, blocked. Crazy.
Yeah, you black numbers.
Like, you didn't even try to hide your true color. Like, you didn't even
couldn't even mask it at this point.
You didn't even try to like reel me in first.
I'm thankful for that, but like you gotta be thankful for that because I'm so glad you showed me early on. I would hate to fall into like with someone, and I would hate to get to know you on another level and really develop feelings for you, and then that comes out. Because then it's hard to break that. But I'm glad you showed that in the beginning. So I take it as a blessing. Thank you. Thank you, Bookie. Thank you, Bookie.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, how do you feel about people looking you up on social media? I feel like it's inevitable because it's the time we're in, but
that's why I keep my page private.
But when you're trying to grow,
I know when you're trying to grow, I think it's the day and age we're in. Yeah. Even employers. They're like, oh, let me go look them up.
Let me see what she does on her. My thing is, why do you want to? Me personally, maybe because I know I'm cut different. No, it's me. But I know that I'm cut differently. My whole thing is, why do you want to know what I'm doing on my off time? Like, you should be more so concerned on what I do on the clock or on the contract versus what I do outside. Like, don't look me up. Yeah. I'm not looking you up. I guarantee you I don't care.
I think it's because, so I don't know if you saw in the news recently, there was a teacher who had an OnlyFans page.
They said that girl was making money.
And she never told her students. She never told anyone at work. Somehow someone found out about it. And I think she ended up resigning before they fired, or no, I don't know if they fired her.
Yeah, I think she resigned, but they said that girl made so much money, she paid off all her student loans. They said she made like a numbers amount more than what she would have made off 1 year's salary.
So I think because of that, they want to look at your social media first to be like, let me see what type of person they are.
But I feel as if now
is that right?
It's not right. But I look at it like this. If you interviewed me, if my credentials are there, don't look me up.
If I pass the background check.
Yeah, if I make the background check, if you get submitted me for a drug test, you did all of this, do not look me up. I don't like that. I just don't like it. But I get it. It's the day and age. You can't get mad. And then especially if you put something in a public platform, you have to be.
And if you're gonna snoop on my page, add me. That's the thing.
That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it. Send me a friend request.
Don't see me later and be like, oh, so you getting jealous.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you could have sent me a friend request and we could have been cool. We could have been cool. Yeah, don't be sneaky and then nonchalant about it. I'm with you on that. That's why I'm mad with it. Because that's why I'm like with the boy. I'm like, boy, you could have sent me a whole friend request, baby. Yep. You ain't have to go snoop on my page and they come be ugly to me in person. You have to do that. Because I'm hella cool. Everybody know it. They love Carol. They loving Carol, okay? So yeah, I agree. But Germany, the time has come. I think we have talked so much, y'all. So if you have made it to the end of this video, first and foremost, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. This will be the first of many. I love this girl chat. I feel like
we should do this often.
We definitely need to do this like every 3 months. We need to do like a girl's catch up. Cause y'all, this is my girlfriend in real life.
In real life.
In real life, this is my friend, girl. Cause let me tell you, when I'm going through something, I'll be like, girl, listen, let me tell you what happened today.
Yeah.
But no, so you made it to the video, thank you. Go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Matter of fact, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and go ahead and comment. Touch on some points, something you like. We're gonna keep the conversation going. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. And also, wait, before, I want you guys, do you feel comfortable sharing your social media?
Sure. Okay,
so I'm gonna put Germany's social media handle across the screen. It'll be right here. Okay, so go ahead and follow Germany. What's your Instagram? Hold on. Like, what's your Instagram?
What is my Instagram?
So it's gonna be, she's gonna tell us her Instagram. It'll be on the screen.
It's Germany_J. GERMANIE_J.
Yes. So Germany_J, and I am at Carol the Great on pretty much all socials at Carol the Great. I'm not really using X right now because it's not Twitter no more, it's X. But TikTok and Instagram for sure. And on YouTube. All right, so thank you guys. If you enjoyed this video, yes. She coming back, y'all. So get familiar with this face, honey. This is my friend in real life. Like, this is my real friend, okay? So, y'all, thank you for thank you for watching. I don't know, I'm just talking out.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes, today is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I'm actually on my way to my mama's house so we can start cooking, honey. So, yes, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.